I'm pleased to be joined on Primetime Local News today by Jim Leckie from the Lloydminster region. Jim, thank you for taking the time to speak with us today.
My pleasure.
Jim, we want to start out by talking about the Legion itself. Obviously, there's been some trials and tribulations through the pandemic. And from what I understand, the actual Legion building is now for sale. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, years ago when that building was built, we had at one time about 1,200 members, and things have changed quite a bit. A lot of the World War II veterans are gone, and most of them are gone, rather. And we've had to cut back. Our membership is down, and we just cannot afford to operate that huge building anymore. So it's been listed for sale, yes.
Well, and also through the pandemic, Jim, you've had to keep the building closed, but what I understand is that the club rooms are going to reopen on a limited basis starting on Friday. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're gonna open it 3 days a week, starting out with volunteer help because we don't have the funds to support staff and so forth. But so we're operating it on Wednesday evening and Friday evening and Saturday afternoon.
And speaking of Saturday and the weekend, Jim, you guys are also going to be doing a fall supper. Tell me how that's going to work this year, because obviously, again, something else you guys have to do a little bit differently.
Yeah, they're having a fall supper on Saturday. They're having a seating for seniors starting at 4:30 in the afternoon. And you have the option of either dining in, subject to COVID regulations, seating regulations, and etc., or you can phone up and have curb service pickup for your supper.
And Jim, is this just for Legion members?
Beg your pardon?
Is the fall supper, is that just for Legion members, or is that for anybody to enjoy?
No, it's for anybody that wants to participate. It's open.
And do they just contact the Legion to sign up for that then?
Yeah, they just phone the Legion. I think the number is 306-825-2521, and you can order when you want to pick up your meal, and it'll be ready for you.
Well, the other thing, Jim, now is obviously we're getting closer to Remembrance Day, so the Poppy campaign is going to be starting. How are you guys tackling the Poppy campaign this year?
Well, the Poppy campaign, in other years, we've been able to use the Air Cadets to sell poppies. This year, we're down to our own membership and volunteers, so we're looking for volunteers to sell poppies on next Saturday, the 31st. Is Poppy Day here in Lloydminster. And of course, all the Poppy Day funds are used to support veterans and their families in the community and for other worthwhile community projects. So those funds are used outside of the Legion operation. They're specifically for community service and support of veterans and their families.
And if people want to volunteer, Jim, what's the best way to sign up for that?
Well, if you wanted to volunteer for Poppy Day, I think just call in at the Legion on any time that it's open and just leave your name, and they'll make sure that they'll put you to work.
Well, and after Poppy Day, of course, comes Remembrance Day. And Jim, unfortunately, this year, because of COVID, it's forced changes to the regular service that the Legion does as well. So what is the plan for November the 11th this year?
Well, we can't, of course, have the community service. So we're going to have a service in the Legion with the color party and the bugler and so forth, and have the act of remembrance. And it's going to be taped and carried on Facebook, I believe, for anybody that wants to watch it.
And I understand you've also done something special for the schools as well. You've managed to get a presentation together, because normally you guys would be able to go into schools, but again, that's not possible. So how is that working this year, Jim?
Well, normally we would go out to the schools and do an act of remembrance and talk about remembering the fallen people in the world wars. But this year we can't do that because of the pandemic. So we have made it. We are in the process of making a tape of the act of remembrance and so forth, and that tape is going to be given to all the schools so the children can watch it.
Well, Jim, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate it. You guys have had to do so many workarounds this year with everything going on. So we wish you success in everything that happens. And again, just reminding people to call in and either volunteer for Poppy Day, or if they want a really great meal this Saturday, they can call and sign up to be ready for the fall supper as well. So you guys have done a great job of all this, Jim, and thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. The Legion needs all the help we can get. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Jim, and you have a good day.